All right, guys, welcome back to Real Estate School. I am your host and your coach, David Dodge. And today I am joined by a good friend, Mr. Matt Camp from Deal Machine. And we are going to be training you on how awesome the Deal Machine app is, how easy to use it is, and how this app will literally turn into a machine that brings you deals if you work the app. Matt, how you doing today, brother?
Doing great, man. Yeah, thanks again for having me on. Always enjoy doing this. So appreciate you guys, and hopefully you guys are ready to learn, take action, and get out there and go find some deals.
I love it, Matt. I love it. Hey, Matt, I prepared a video that I want to start the training off with. It's about 15 minutes. It's me in the field yesterday using the Deal Machine app. It's
Love it.
awesome. It's about 15 minutes long. I think we added about 19 or 20 leads over the course of about a 45-minute drive, but I cut that thing down to 15 minutes and just kind of showed some of the highlights. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll that video. And then after the video, we can talk about a special offer for anybody that's here, obviously watching and wanting to also use the Deal Machine app, but also talk about some of the features. And then if we have anybody that has questions on this free training here at Real Estate School, we can obviously answer some of those questions as well.
Yeah,
So what I'm
sounds
going to
great.
do is I'm going to share my screen over here to Vimeo, and we are going to play this video. Let's rock and roll. Don't judge me now. Hey guys, today we're going to be doing some driving for dollars with the Deal Machine app. The Deal Machine app is the easiest way to get out and to drive for dollars using a mobile app. Not only does it make it safer, but it makes the process easier. So that's what we're going to do in this video. Let's do it. Let's hit the road. Hey guys, by the way, all you need to use this app is a mobile device and a car. It is so incredibly simple. And before we get started, I want to mention that you can get a free trial. There's a link below this video for you to go get yourself a free trial. That free trial also includes $30 worth of deal credits, which can be used to send mail or to skip trips. Let's hit the road. Hey guys, here's another pro tip real quick too. Grab one of these little devices off of Amazon that will hold the phone on the windshield, or even you can even use the mirror. But this right here will help you be more safe. That way you can keep both hands on the wheel when you're driving. All right, hey guys, as we are driving in the car, the little blue dot will stay in the middle of the screen. And as you turn, I'm making a right-hand turn, you can see the map will turn. So it makes it really, really easy because it keeps you in the middle of the screen and the map will turn. So what's on the right side of your car is on the right side of the screen, and what's on the left side of your car is on the left side of the screen. And then it also records your routes. So as you drive up and down certain streets, it'll show you where you've been, where you haven't been. Therefore, you're not driving the same streets over and over. And or if you were to go do a second or third or 35th driving for dollars session, you are not hitting the same neighborhoods all the time. The line will actually change colors over time as well, and you can change that in your settings. So we just drove from the office, and you can see a little route, and you can even see, look at this, it's so great. As you zoom in on the map, you can even see some yellow, the car behind me, so I'm gonna pull over here, let them go. You can see the yellow of some areas that we've driven already, but those areas that we've driven already, it's been a really long time. And in fact, because it's been so long, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drive over those areas because again, it's been so long. And what we'll do is we'll drive over some of them, but then we'll kind of get over into this area that we haven't driven. But again, it's a great example to kind of show you of areas that we haven't driven. Also, what you can do on here is you can go into more and you can change different settings and different things as you see fit. But for simplicity in today's video, I am just going to start driving, start locating some properties that could use some love, that could use some work. And this is it. This is what driving for dollars is all about. It doesn't have to necessarily be anything hard. You know, oftentimes I got the music blaring. Sometimes I'll do it on my way to an appointment. Sometimes I'll do it on my way leaving an appointment. Or you can literally just go out and you can drive for dollars. Specifically, you can just make an afternoon out of it. All right, let's see here. What you got? This one here. Look at this. This is a great example. So this house here, see the siding? It's all nasty. It's all peeling paint. There's this huge tree stump right there. I mean, the property obviously is showing signs of distress. And what we can do is we can even come up here to the front. Take a look at the front. It's got a window unit. The roof doesn't look too great. Not only was the siding peeling, but also the fascia board up on the top near the roof is showing signs. So check this out. Also, I got it to tap to add mode. Tap to add mode just makes it simple, or you just tap it one time, and you can play with your settings later. Another really cool feature is you click this little button right there on the far top left up here, little stars. You can then also have it select and highlight any of these type of properties here. So I like to select vacant properties and apply. And you can see that on the map, it'll also start highlighting properties that are vacant. That way, as you go about driving, which we're going to start doing again, you can know if the property is vacant or not just from driving up and down the street. So I added this one right here, the one we just saw, that has the peeling and the chipping paint. So I'm just going to kind of bob and weave, go up and down. This one here, landscaping, kind of overgrown. We're going to add it to the map. All right, so you can see we're starting to add leaves up here. We got 2 leaves added, which is helpful. And again, we're just looking for signs of distress, right? What are some of the typical things that we're looking for, right? We're looking for overgrown landscaping. We're looking for just dated properties. Like this one right here, 1227. You know, it doesn't look terrible, but they got the old windows, the roof's discolored in a couple spots. So 1227, we're gonna just tap on it and it's gonna add it. So now we have 3 leaves added. So not every one of these properties that I'm gonna add to the map am I gonna be able to reach the owner. I am gonna call and text and email and send mail. I'm gonna go do a full blitz, try to reach these individuals. Not every one am I gonna be able to reach, but I am gonna try. The more I try, the better. Okay, this one on our right, it's got some landscaping that's out of control. The steps look like they could use some work. The grass could be cut. The windows are old and the paint's kind of peeling a little bit. And what address is that? 1121. So check it out over here on my app. Right to right where I'm at. It's literally right side of my car. 1121. I'm gonna literally just tap it. Number of leads goes from 4 to 5. It's gonna add the lead. And the great thing is you can set it up in Deal Machine. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it from the app or not, but it's super easy on the computer. You can set it up to where when you add a lead from your driving for dollars efforts, it'll turn on the mail sequence for you. You can pick the different postcard or letter that you want to send. And then of course, if you want to just do one-offs, you can, but I'd highly recommend you set up an actual sequence. This one to the right here. It's a good one. It's just got a lot of landscaping that is in need. It's actually a really cute house. 7734. I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna add it. It's a cute house, but it looks like it could use a little work. Now here, $2 down. Also, keep in mind that when you're out driving for dollars and you see tags like this, look at that. Something's going on over here. It's got new windows, but there's some sort of tags on the door. We're gonna add that one. 1773. Also, keep your head on a swivel when you're driving for dollars. You don't want to get in an accident. And that's really where this app comes in, is it allows you not to have to write down these addresses, which can be, oh yes, of course. Writing down addresses as you go is going to take time. It's going to be dangerous if you're trying to write while you're driving. So having the app makes it easier, it makes it safer, And then, of course, it has all these tools, right? Tools to skip trace, tools to know who the owner is. Let's go down this street. Yeah, we got a lot of people out here. I picked a busy street, didn't I? That's all right. It's good part down. Place where I would like to own some more little properties. All right, and I was kind of mentioning earlier, sometimes I'll go out and I'll drive for an hour or two, and if I'm in an A or a B class neighborhood, I may only get 10 or 20 properties. This one right here doesn't look too bad. Is it worth adding? Probably not. It looks pretty good. A lot of the properties in this little street and pocket are in good shape. We've added a couple. We've already added 8, which is good. I would consider this to be a B class neighborhood right here. It's a great part of town. So, I might only get 30 or 40 leads in an hour or two. Now, if I'm in a neighborhood that's C and D class, right, I'm going to get much more because people aren't going to be taking care of their properties quite as much as if, you're in the nicer neighborhood. So keep in mind, nicer neighborhoods, you're going to be able to add less leads because you're going to find less properties that are distressed. But when you're in the C and the D and the lower end neighborhoods, you're going to find more. So here's a great example of why I wouldn't want to go left. You can see that I've already been up and down a couple of these streets right here. Look at this, how awesome this is. So going right and then going up and down some of these to the right makes more sense. So let's do that. And you can zoom in and out on the map right here as well, kind of helps. But it'll also auto adjust as you start driving. So again, you can decide, hey, do you want to get out and add any property that has distress like I am? It's gonna increase your marketing costs because you're gonna be sending more mail, but it's also gonna mean that you're gonna have more opportunities. Or you can only go out and try to find the worst of the worst. This one here on the right is baby growing all over. That'd be kind of hard to see. But what that typically means in my eyes is that there's probably termites in that. Because those termites are going to easily be able to crawl up that vine, that ivy, and they can get in the house. So I'm going to add it. It's a cute little house. They may or may not have interest in selling. But guess what? I can promise you, they're not going to sell you a house if they don't know who you are. And that's also another benefit of the marketing and the direct mail. Is if you send them mail saying, hey, I'm interested in buying your property, they now know that you are interested. If they don't know, you're never going to get a call from them. So any marketing is better than no marketing. Keep that in mind. Okay, this is what I'm going to add here. And the reason I'm going to add it is if you notice the shingles on the left and right side are really, really old and dated, but the shingles right in the middle, just right beneath that little bunk up top there, are newer. So what that means is that they didn't replace the entire roof when there was a leak. They just fixed where it was leaking. But that roof needs to be replaced. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to add that property to the list here, and then we're going to keep moving.
Hey guys, just want to pause for 1 sec. Make sure that there's not any individuals that are trying to get in. Doesn't look like it here. Good to go. We're gonna go right back to the video here. Almost done.
This one with these bricks. It looks like they tried to paint this house white at some point, and it just looks like hell. I don't know what their plans were or what they were doing. I'm gonna add that one as well. It looks like they could definitely use a little bit of love. Good tip. When you come to a stop sign, let the car go and be the patient one. Otherwise, you're going to go and they're going to get behind you, and you may get up 100 yards, maybe even 100 feet, and find a property that you want to add. And if they're behind you, they're going to be honking at you and wanting to go. When we're driving for dollars, we're typically driving slow. We're going up and down the street. We're taking our time. And that's also another reason why I like to avoid rush hour, but also try to not go up and down streets that are really, really busy during busy times of the day. Now check this out. As you can see here, I don't need to go right. And if I go straight, I'm already going to kind of get to where I'm at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a left. So look at this. This is a great example of it tracking the route on the map. And it's going to paint the map. And your goal is to paint your neighborhood, paint your county, guys and girls, paint your entire city by using the app. It's going to keep track of where you've been the entire time you have the app. I believe after 18 months, it may clear. But that's okay because 18 months is a long time. And properties and neighborhoods will change over an 18-month period. But if you can still see the paint on the map, it's going to, again, keep you from going to the same areas or driving up and down the same streets over and over again. All right, guys, today was an awesome driving for dollar session. According to this here, we did 21 minutes. We really did about 30 minutes. I had to start and stop the app a couple times. But according to this last session here, we did 21 minutes. We drove about 2.5 miles, and we added 18 leads, which isn't bad, or 19 leads, which isn't bad in 20 minutes of driving in a B-class neighborhood. Now, also keep in mind that it basically kept track of where we were driving. It painted the map. It's amazing. So, to end this, I'm going to take a screenshot of this because I like that right there. I'm going to click end tracking. It's going to ask me, hey, are you sure? Do you really want to end? And I'm going to click sure. Pull it down here so it's a little easier to see. Next, keep in mind that it's going to also give you that summary here. 19 leads added, which is awesome. You can see some of the ones that I just added today with the green. You go up here and click on this, you can actually show MLS data on the map, which I always keep bold on, and then you can see the driving route. So actually, it'll keep you on the map all the way until 24 months before it clears. I was wrong when I said 18 months. The 0 to 6 will be green, 6 to 12 will be yellow, and 12 to 24 will be red. You also have the different tap to add, crosshair, or pin modes. I really like the tap to add mode because I send mail to every one of these automatically, so I don't necessarily need to go look at all the property data. But if you were out driving for dollars and you have the time, you can actually skip trace them in real time and call them while you are out on their street or in front of their property. You do have highlights, and in the event that you want to take a photo of a property, you can go ahead and you can click add the lead and take a photo, and that photo will show up on your postcard. So guys and girls, that's the conclusion here today of driving for dollars with Deal Machine. I love this app. It makes driving for dollars easy. It makes it safe. It makes it fun. I highly encourage you check it out. Down below this video, there'll be a link for you to go check it out and check it out for free for 7 days. Again, as I stated earlier in this video, you can actually get that free trial. But with that free trial, use the link below this video, you guys can get $30 in deal credits included with that 7-day free trial, which can be used to send mail or to skip trade. So I recommend you do is take the free trial, have your own property as one of the examples, and send yourself an example postcard so you can see what that looks like and actually understand how the app works. I have used this app to probably do close to 100 deals, give or take 80 to 100, I would say all day. I've even done one deal using the Deal Machine app that netted over 6 figures. This app is incredible. Highly encourage you guys to check it out. And with that being said, signing off. Thanks so much.
All right, guys. Very, very cool. Matt, how'd you like my video, buddy?
Great stuff, man. Yeah, I think especially how you used highlights, how you use the route tracking, the tap to add mode, like those are all great points to like quickly build up your list of leads and to do it in a really high quality way.
Mm-hmm.
And then even the points you made on like how it adds safety to the route, like that's a really good point. Like normally, I mean, trying to look at the address and write it down and all that, I mean, that would not be safe. So I'm glad you're like preaching it that way too. But that's the goal, is like what you did there. That's in the field, that everything you're doing on the mobile app, that also syncs up with the desktop version. So you can come back home and do things like the mailers, the skip tracing, the CRM, the comps, all that stuff, on the desktop version as well. But out in the field, like that's where the magic's happening is finding those, those off market leads by looking for distress just like that. So great stuff, man.
Man, I love it, dude. Thank you so much. I got a stack of postcards right here. These are postcards that have come back from my deal machine driving for dollars efforts. In fact, if I share my screen and I log into Deal Machine on my computer here, you can see this is the postcard that I typically use. And it's super straightforward. It's got a goofy picture of me with the hat and a smile. It's got all my contact information though, my phone number, my email, my website. If I were to flip this over, you can see it'll be a picture of the house. And again, you can use your own camera, your own phone to take that picture. Otherwise, you can use a default picture, or you can even use a picture from Google Maps, which, is some of the examples I can show you here in a minute, but it mail merges in their address. It's very, very straightforward. They definitely have some other types. Matt, do you guys do letters too, or is it only postcards?
You actually, so you can do postcards, and if you hit, as they're new on the, go back to your screen real quick here.
Oh yeah, of course. Let's check it out. What you got?
Yeah, on that new postcard button, it's like on the right side.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, so you can do different sizes. Here, click on that. Different sizes, ballpoint letters, or even order door hangers now. So you've got a lot of options.
Awesome.
There. Yeah.
I didn't even know you guys had these options, man. That's so amazing. I love it, man. This is so great.
And that's something too. Oh, go ahead, man.
Oh no, please go ahead.
I was gonna mention, if you, I mean, obviously if you're going quickly, it's a lot more difficult to do that. But if you do stop and take a picture of the property, the pictures you're taking, those are going to appear on the postcards as well. I love the Amazon device you had, hooked up to. So, it might be a little tougher with that, but I would say, like, if you take a picture of that property, it's going to appear there. And then also when you add a lead, you can also tag that lead. So you can tag it as like high priority and things like that. Just a couple of pro tips of other things that we see working really well. But
man, that's amazing. Here's the drive that we did yesterday right here that we made,
nice.
Making that video. You can see yellow on the map here. And then there's all these little blue dots or leads that I've added, in Deal Machine over the last, I've been using you guys. Look at all these leads. Yeah. These are all potential opportunities for me to market to, send postcards, skip trace them, call them, text them, email them, get them on the phone, make a friend, run an appointment with these individuals, let them know that I'm an investor and that I'm interested in buying properties, not only to fix and flip, but to rent out. People, you are not going to just have random strangers across town calling you or emailing you or texting you to sell you their house if they don't know who you are. That's where the marketing comes in. If they know you can help them solve some problems and or buy a house, hopefully you can do both at the same time from them, then they will hopefully reach out to you, or you can reach out to them. But again, it all comes down to connecting the dots. It all comes down to them knowing that you are going to be there to help them. Now, if I go back to my particular screen share here, let's go back to here. I clicked on the leads menu. I got 8,910 driving for dollars leads.
I think that's the screen. Here, you might want to share the app.
Am I sharing the wrong one?
I think so. Try it again.
Here we go. Let's try this one. There we go.
There we go.
You seeing it? Okay, perfect.
Yep, gotcha.
You can see I got 8,910 leads in the system. And if I scroll over here to the date added, you can see we added one today. But yesterday's drive are all these right here that are March 27th.
Mm-hmm.
That was yesterday's date. So we added about 18 or 19 of these leads in here. So from there, I can even use Deal Machine to build a list.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, go into the mail center and or into the postcards. And then sequences is also an option too. So you can drive for dollars virtually as well. I am not necessarily the biggest component of doing that. There are reasons to do it. Maybe you want to have your virtual assistant do it. Maybe you don't have a car, right? Obviously, there's some reasons, but I prefer to get out in the field and to see the distressed property with my own eyes, right? Also, when virtually driving for dollars, if Google hasn't been down that street for 3 or 4 years, you're going to see a 3 or 4-year-old photo. Not necessarily a bad thing. Again, if you can get out in the field though and drive for dollars physically, doing it, in the car and seeing in real time the tree laying on that roof, right? That's going to be a good opportunity for you because, the seller may not even know that there's a tree laying on the roof. If it's a vacant or absentee home, that's also a reason for you to call them and just say, hey, I want to let you know that there's a tree that's fallen, it's landed on the roof, or it's leaning up against the house. I'm not sure if you're in the neighborhood or know about it, but I just want to let you know about this. Also, by the way, since I got you on the phone, I'm Dave. I'm with Household Easy. And I'd love to make you an offer to buy this house if you don't want to deal with the headache.
Mhm.
Oh, you are interested in selling. Great. Well, when were you going to go check it out? Can I meet you there over the weekend? Right? That's how simple this is. But it all comes down to marketing the deal. All right, guys, before we wrap up, go ahead, Matt. What you got?
Yeah, one last tip there on the virtual side. For sure, we always are proponents of going in person if possible. But if you're going to go that virtual route, like again, maybe you're not in the market that you're trying to invest in, or what, there's a lot of use cases on why you might use it. If you see that older photo, definitely make sure to compare that photo taken date to the last sale date of that property. But you can click on the lead, look and see when it was sold. And if it is like a 4 or 5 year old photo of a really rundown house, but it hasn't sold for 7, 8, 10, 30 years, then hey, it could still be a really good lead. So make sure to kind of compare when that photo was taken to when it was last sold, so like, hey, is this at least the same owner of when this photo was taken? So
dude, that's a great tip. Matt, what else did I not touch on in the video here? I mean, you guys are doing comps, you guys do mail sequences with the mail. Obviously we talked about postcards, different sizes, ballpoint letters. You can skip trace phone numbers and email addresses right out of the system.
I think like
so many features.
Yeah, you mostly nailed it. I mean, the goal, phase one is like build a great list. So it's driving for dollars. It's virtually driving. You can use list builder. Phase two is market to that list. So it's skip tracing. It's, sending postcards. We do have a drive this list feature if you're going to like door knock, for example. So
that's a great one for like pre-foreclosures, foreclosures.
Yep. Any of those.
Yeah.
So you can like pull a list anywhere or have any kind of outside list that you import into Deal Machine, then hit drive this list and it'll take you GPS directions to, here to here to here to here to here. And it'll tell you exactly where to go to hit all those houses. And then phase three is, okay, you need to close that deal. Well, hey, we've got some CRM elements like tasks, notes, that type of stuff, lead statuses inside Deal Machine to help you track your leads. And then when you actually are making an offer, you've got that comps tool to help you come to a great number. So yeah, we try to help you out on each of those phases of find the lead, market to the lead, close the deal. So
man, I love it. I've got a lot of people in real estate school that are new and they're wanting to know how they can start getting leads and working leads. And Deal Machine is one of the best ways to get started, guys. It's super, super cost effective. It's under $100 a month. You can get started with it. And it's going to give you a lot of tools. Now, another thing I want to mention before we wrap up here today, Matt, thank you so much for coming on and helping demo this product, man. If you guys use the link that I'll add below the video, it's dealmachine.com/Dave. Not only are they going to give you, is it a 7-day free trial, Matt?
Yep.
7-day free trial, but you're going to get $30 instantly of deal credits, which essentially is equal to 175 skip traces, right? I know people that have gotten multiple appointments and or a deal from the free $30 in credits that they've gotten just for using the free trial to go skip trace 175 people. Or you can use those credits on 50 free postcards. Or my personal preference would be to use it on a few postcards, use it on some skip traces, play with the features, get familiar with the app, get familiar with the tool, and get out there and start driving, start marketing. So again, below this video, I will share that link with you all. Highly recommended. I've been using you guys for probably 4.5 years.
Yeah.
Like I was saying in that video earlier, I've done about 80 to 100 deals, done a 6-figure deal using Deal Machine. I love that you can automate the mail, right? I'm pretty lazy. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm pretty lazy. Sometimes I'll go out and I'll drive for dollars and I won't go pull the leads and skip trace the leads and call them right away. Usually it gets done. Sometimes it might be 2 or 3 or 4 weeks later. But the great thing is though, is when I add the lead to the system, the mail gets turned on, the sequence gets turned on. And often what we have it set up to do is to mail them once a month for 4 or for 5 months. So this is marketing that is automated. It's on your behalf. And I'm going to show here on my screen. Here's a picture of a house, for example, that will get added to a postcard. And the postcard, just again, it's got a goofy picture of me on there, all my contact information. But these get people to call you. If you don't send any of these, nobody's ever going to call you, right? You got to do the marketing. If you can't afford to send the postcards, hey, you get 50 for free in the trial, but you can then use this to generate yourself a list to then call and text and email. Some people don't even waste their time doing the call and texting emails. They just send a ton of mail. Maybe they'll send a postcard every 2 or 3 weeks for 10 sequences. That's also an option. But again, this is one of the easiest ways to get started generating leads. It is one of the most cost-effective ways to go out and build yourself a list and to market to that list. So guys and girls, I can't recommend it enough. I love this app. Deal Machine's great. Use the link below this video. I hope you enjoyed this free training here today in Real Estate School. Matt, thank you for joining me. We got to get some more of these trainings on the books soon, my friend.
Absolutely, Dave. And anytime, man. And I always enjoy coming on. And again, get out there, your default to action. Like that is the one commonality that we see is going to lead to success is if you do, it's a numbers game. If you do this enough times, if you get in front of enough good leads like this, you can't not succeed. So it's a matter of getting out there, do this as many times as you can, build that list, market to that list, and start talking to people, and then start doing deals.
Would you call that default to action?
Yeah, default action first. Default to action. There we go.
Ooh, I like that, man. Yeah, I mean, this is a numbers game. The more you do this, the more opportunity you're going to generate. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, if you go out and you drive for dollars 2 or 3 times and you don't get a deal and you throw in the towel, that's terrible. If you go out and do it 20 or 30 times, you're going to have a ton of leads and a ton of opportunity to run a ton of appointments and make a ton of friends. There's really no reason that you don't get a deal, but again, you gotta have that persistency. Default to action. I love that. That's amazing. Well, guys, Matt, thanks again for coming. Thanks for coming to Real Estate School and taking this or learning more about Deal Machine. Check out the free trial offer below. This is one of the easiest, most cost-effective, simplest ways to build a list, to market to that list.